Just put your hand up.
Right.
I'm not made of wood.
The Pinnacle Performance Pod. Welcome everyone to our next episode of our podcast titled Row, Row, Row Your Boat, which I think is a brilliant title personally. Incredible. Thank you. The Pinnacle Pod is our official podcast from Pinnacle Performance, a space to share chats, real stories, coaching wisdom, mindset shifts, and everything in between. It's not about shouting over each other, although I have to sometimes corral the boys. Maybe just about honest conversations and practical insights, building a stronger community inside and outside the gym. So the reason this pod exists is we want people who come to Pinnacle Podcast to the gym to hear about the awesome members that we have. Andy's on a mission to build a community. Yes. So today I'm really excited. We've got two people, Jack and Brucey, who I'll introduce in a minute. I'm obviously joined by Ross and Andy, my able-bodied co-hosts.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, we just want to make sure. Can you just give me the microphone? Can you 2 seconds? There you go. Have somebody say.
I haven't got anything to say yet.
Give it back.
Fuck, it's boring.
We like to start the week, the conversation with lesson learns. But before we do that, I wanted to introduce Jack and Brucey, who are on the couch today. They did something that most of us can't even wrap our heads around, can only dream of. And not only that, you've done it twice. You've rowed across the Atlantic Ocean, no sail, no engine, just you and your oars, 1,000 miles of open water. Unbelievable. We're going to go into the highs and the lows. What does it take to actually pull something like this off? The mindset. It's extreme, but it's brilliant, and I'm sure you guys have loads to share with us. So welcome, Jack and Brucey. As I said before we started, our tradition on the pod, before you introduce yourselves, is a learning of the week. We sometimes go quite deep, and we sometimes go quite superficial. Ross wants to go first.
He doesn't want to go first.
I'm not going first this week because I'm backing Andy up on his.
Oh, they've prepared for a change. Okay, you go.
Do you want me to go first? My learning of the week is I've had to relearn how to write my arse with my right hand, not my left hand.
Like a good Muslim.
Because actually,
Yeah, I forgot.
because
Are you talking to the mic?
Oh yeah,
Like a good Muslim.
the people from the Islamic States. I can't remember. I think it changes.
Oh, is it?
Some of them do right hand and some of them do left hand. I've forgotten now.
As long as they're using the hand, I don't really care.
anyway,
Back to
well, I decided at park run to sort of go for it.
You were wiping
Yeah, I was
it
at park run. Yeah, just before. I wanted to go for it big time. Forgot there's a little lip where you come off the gravel, and obviously I was running quite quick, about 18 k's an hour or something, and I hit the front of it and literally flipped onto my front, crashed onto my freaking shoulder, got up, cracked on, and obviously went back home pissed off. Kids looked at me, blood everywhere, wiped it off, went back out for a 10k. But obviously I can't bend my arm round. So I can't bend my arm. I was like, this is fucking hard. So I'm going to have to learn how to do it the other hand. And it's interesting, isn't it? Trying to wipe your ass with your other hand.
Yeah. So there's
In the right direction, by the way. It's
in the
it's
right
right.
direction.
Yeah.
Is there a wrong direction?
Some people
Yeah.
do wipe their ass in the wrong direction.
There is a mindset thing,
Liberals.
isn't it? If you do it with me now, guys, if you put your hands together. Okay. Come on, Ross, play with. Now you've got to do it the other way, where you change your hands. And you do it. It feels different, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's exactly what you're talking
For
about.
sure.
Is psychologically, you've trained yourself to do it that way.
It's incredible. So it's been
Anyway,
incredible.
your learning of the week,
It's been incredible week I've had. So pass on to Ross here.
Yeah, I'll back him up on that because obviously where I did my finger in.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
The
finger
finger
again.
story.
Yeah, the finger story.
How many weeks you been on that finger?
Famous now. For other reasons also.
How's your ass wiping experience?
Well, that was the thing. Like I had to learn to wipe my ass with my left, and it is quite a technical feat actually. And the wipe angle's different, isn't it? Because obviously you're coming at it from a different
side.
side.
You laugh, right? But probably one of the biggest questions we get asked, Brucey, is like, what's the toilet situation on the boat? Like people are obsessed with going to the toilet. So no, you can't. It's the boat's so small it would just tip. Well, it wouldn't tip over, but you wouldn't be able to balance. So yeah, not surprised we've opened this podcast with another poo story.
Okay,
People are
so
obsessed with poo.
let's carry on then. You know, learnings from the week, Jack.
Learning of the week. don't be afraid to be rubbish at something. So what I mean by that is, obviously for 56 days, we were running across the Atlantic, completely different muscle system to running.
Yeah.
I'm running something I'm quite good at before the row. Did a few ultras and things like that. But trying to relearn and trying to get back into it. I went for a 30-minute yesterday. Really difficult. So yeah, don't be afraid to be rubbish at something.
That's
It's the only
so
way you get
true.
better.
There's so much we can talk about that, but yeah, Brucey.
Slightly deeper, I guess. Bit more relevant at the moment. I'm trying to learn to compartmentalize different aspects of my life. So say something's not going as well or something bad's happening in a different part of my life, not to let that affect my other parts of my life.
Interesting.
Just fucking bottle it up a bit better. Stop being such a little bitch about certain things.
So is it okay? But hold on, that's bottling it. I'm not sure that that's the most healthy technique.
No, but there's a time and place. You can't walk around in a constant state of despair, can you?
No,
Just
that's
because something's
true.
going wrong in one part of your life.
Yeah, I guess that's true. There's a little bit of military mindset coming in there, or marine mindset coming in there, which is really interesting. I call it hippo mode, hippo time, sitting in the water and wallowing. You can't be like that forever. You have to actually get up and go sometimes and actually deal with it. But I also think you need to give yourself permission to be in that mode. So by learning to bottle it, are you at least giving yourself opportunities to unbottle it, or are you just leaving it bottled?
When the time's right, you unpack things as the time passes, I guess.
Yeah, that's really deep. That's deep. Can you come back for another couple of episodes? Because we'd love to talk about that. Love to talk about that. And I think there's real relevance to our gym and what people are doing when they come into the gym, both with yours, which is don't be afraid to try something new, and yours is compartmentalizing it and how that all works. Brilliant learnings. Thank you, guys. So this episode this week is sponsored by Topbox Carpentry and Construction. They are on the wall for those of you who do come into the gym. Do take a look at their website if you have any aspects of carpentry or any good work done. It's Dean. No, I got it wrong.
Darren,
again.
isn't
It's Darren.
It's Darren,
I
I
got
think.
it wrong. Darren,
Big Dad.
because Dean and Darren were training here for High Rocks, and that's how I got to know them.
How do they know how the nickname the Double D's?
The Double D. Oh, here we go. Oh, hold on. No, we're not going there. We're not getting that. My learning of the week. Let's get to the meat of the bone today. Well, my learning is something relevant to what Ross has just said. Was
Double D's.
yeah, the Double D's.
They weren't, were they?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. So no, I'm not sharing that on the podcast. No. But my learning of the week is don't be afraid to say something when you need to. I think I certainly am guilty of holding back sometimes, and I feel worse for it because then I mull it over and it plays in my mind and like I should have said this, should have said that. And actually I did something this week where I said what I felt, and it was hard because I felt like, but I did it and it was really good and I had a good outcome. So all good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward.
Are you
to it.
ready?
I can't
Ready?
wait for this
You
one.
ready? Right.
I've got some-
You've got some proper good questions. Andy's fired up.
There we
So Jack and Brucey, you have just done something incredible together with a third, Nutty.
Four of us, yeah. So there was myself, Brucey, Nutty, and Adam.
And Adam.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How did you two meet? Let's start from the beginning. Like how did you meet?
So we met on social media. Gets a lot of stick, and rightfully so. But you know, a lot of good can come from it. So Brucey
Tell
and
me how. So one of you messaged each
Yeah,
other?
yeah.
Or,
So Brucey and I were both planning Ocean Rows. Do you say grinder?
Yeah. I find you quite attractive.
Yeah. So I saw Brucey's profile and I was like, yeah, that's a piece of me. No, so it was on Instagram, both planning Ocean Rows. Brucey messaged me, said, mate, because I was based in Fleet at the time. And he said, do you want to come for a pint? I said, yes. Walked into the pub, obviously saw Brucey. And then his teammate, Nutty, who we did his first row with and did our row together, was there. And me and Nutty were on a course together in the military in 2017. So yeah.
you and Nutty know each other through the military.
Yes.
And your fourth?
And then I also met Adam on social media as well.
Okay.
Back in like 2021.
Was he doing a row as well?
No, he wasn't doing a row.
No.
He actually just messaged after my first row and said, mate, I thought that was epic. And then followed each other, and then he was doing some cool stuff. So yeah, that's how we met.
Amazing. And so you went from that You were planning your own row as well at the time,
Yes.
and did you do it?
Yeah. 49 days from the Canaries to the Caribbean, from Gran Canaria to Barbados. Slightly shorter than Jack's. Jack went from Portugal to the USA.
Mad. What can I ask? What makes you want to do something like this?
You go first, Brucey. Sorry, to put you on the spot.
I've always been attracted to these long distance sort of events.
And on your own?
No, I was in a team of 4 at the time.
You were also in
Did
a
both
4.
my rows in
Okay.
a 4.
Okay.
Well,
What is it about it? Why?
it's peaceful, isn't it? You get to delay real life for a few months, I suppose.
I was going to say some guys will do anything to get away from the missus.
Awkward. Okay.
Sort of similar to what Brucey said. I love these long endurance events, testing my mental fortitude. And yeah, I think we're very similar in some aspects. Just always had that sort of adventurous streak in us because we both joined the military. You joined the Marines at 16, didn't you? I joined the army at 16.
Okay.
So yeah, it wasn't always. I mean, you've done a bit of rowing, quite a bit of kayaking.
Okay. So it's kind of in your blood, and it's kind of what you do.
Yeah, just love that.
Is it-
Yeah, just love
do you-
that sense of adventure.
Do you have the same sort of
I'm
sense?
very similar, I think. I haven't done what they've done. I've done my own little bits and bobs, but
Yeah.
I think it's very military. We're very, very similar. There's a lot of similarities in most people why they join the military and what they do.
What did your family and friends say when you first said, "Hey, by the way, I'm rowing across the ocean"?
I'll go first for this one. So my mum was obviously not best pleased.
Yeah.
Didn't really like it, but in my view, she can either like it or lump it because I was going to do it anyway.
She must
my
love
my
you.
girlfriend said that at the time, actually not with her anymore. When I did my first race, she was like, "Well, I could tell him not to do it, and then I'd be dumped, and he'd do it anyway. So I might as well support him." And the boys just thought it was mad. So probably similar for you, mate.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward because you have to tell everyone you're going to do the ocean row before you do it. Otherwise, you won't get any money together
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
a really expensive hobby.
Yeah.
Luckily, both times we've been able to cover it through sponsorship. So yeah, I don't usually just tell people I'm going to do something. I would just do it, or maybe tell my closest friends. But yeah, thoroughly supportive.
Yeah.
Got a good family.
Yeah. And it must just be this innate drive, like you said, this adventurous streak that drives you to want to do it. And I guess your families by now know that that's what you do and how you do it. I'm really interested to know. So there's this interesting thing that you both opened with, is not being afraid to try something or push through something that you've done, and you were talking about bottling it. When you leave the dock, and I can only from my own experiences of the crazy things I've done, there is that moment of, oh shit. Did you feel that, or
yeah,
are
on
you
the
like
first row, we were almost in hysterics of laughter leaving Gran Canaria because it is a bit of a cliche, but getting the boat to the start line
yes,
is for people like us that
that's
don't
your
have wealthy
whole
backgrounds.
focus, isn't it?
It's harder than getting the boat from the start line to the finish line. And then on the second one, I never really felt any gravity of the situation. We just sort of pushed off.
I suppose
never
you've been
felt
there,
it.
done that before, so it was kind of like, yeah, okay, let's go.
I was a little bit different on the second row. I had some really dark thoughts coming out for my first shift in the rain. And I remember thinking just before I came on, I was like, "You idiot!
Yeah.
Why have you?" I was like, honestly, in my own head, I was like, "You
Yeah.
idiot! Why have you done this again? You've done it once.
Yeah.
You have nothing to prove,
Yeah.
and here you are back at the coal face."
Yeah.
I knew exactly what was going to come, but luckily those thoughts only lasted for like a day, and then you're in it. I know you have those thoughts, but
I
Like-
guess the difference being your first row was solo, wasn't it?
yeah,
So you would have had to have dealt with those thoughts on your own.
yeah.
It must. So I'm a sociable being. I get inspired by people around me. It must have been so different being on a boat with 3 other guys that you could banter off and chat to and share that you were feeling a bit shit.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's all those things are great. Having lads and just someone to chat with.
Yeah.
Like I'd never do another solo row. Well, to be fair, I said off
You
my
said never
first
gonna
row,
do
I'd never
another
done
one,
another
yeah.
rows. And
Yeah. Never say never.
never say never.
Yeah.
But then on the flip side, there's so little space on that boat, isn't there?
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Four
4
guys.
men, yeah.
My solo boat was the same size as
Oh, wow.
our boat we did our 4-man crossing with. So yeah,
Yeah.
lack of space, and so yeah, they've both got pros. I'd never tell someone not to do a solo, not to do a team row.
Yeah.
Because they're both got pros, both got
Yeah,
cons.
yeah. And same for you. Like, did you have a moment? You said no, second time round, easy, off you go. Was there a moment at all in the row where you're like, this is not cool, or just happy days?
I didn't say it was easy. I just didn't feel like it was as grand or undertaking as it was the first time.
Okay.
Just felt like just four guys just rowing out, having a laugh, really. And it
Amazing.
felt like that the whole way through.
That's super cool. And you had connection to satellite, didn't you? So you were able to upload videos.
Yeah.
And you were doing a lot of social stuff.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of interaction, wasn't there? People chatting,
Yeah.
like sending you comments, which I guess fueled your row.
Yeah. So, I mean, say what you want about Elon Musk, but he makes a
Starlink.
cracking satellite system.
Yeah.
Like, having used BGAN the first time,
Yeah.
which is terrible.
Mm.
You know, there were times where it was just like better Wi-Fi than I have in my house.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it was crazy. And you know, obviously that connectivity, I mean, it is sometimes annoying. You know, people can message you a lot, and you know, it's another job you have to do. But if you want to raise a lot of money, which we did, and that's probably one of the things I'm most proud about.
Yeah.
You have to do that connectivity because people want to follow the story.
Yeah.
And
People
it
are
gives
inspired
people,
by it.
yeah, exactly. And like you said, a lot, like 99% of the population are probably never going to row an ocean. In fact, more people have been to the summit of Everest than have rowed an
the
ocean.
Amazing.
Rowed an ocean, yeah. So people want to follow that journey, and then they can live through you. And then that's how we were able to raise £106,000 for Head Up Charity. The link is still active, so if you've got a spare quid, head over to our Instagram page, Just Give In. And I've heard these three are going to donate after this.
we will add the link into our
classic.
post.
I swear he's got a bit of Scottish in him. No wonder he doesn't. No wonder he doesn't donate. Peel an orange in his pocket.
We'll definitely add the link. So you said 106,000, and that was for Head Up. Why did you choose Head Up as a charity?
It's a cause that's close to a lot of our hearts, like especially me at the moment. There's a lot of people that aren't in a great way at the moment. If I could just save one guy's life, then it's time well spent in my books.
So it's a mental health charity?
Yeah, so it's a mental health charity, it focuses on preventing people getting in these situations in the first place. So it equips them with tools for various different, predominantly holistic means to be able to deal with the situation when it arises.
Okay.
As opposed to dealing with it once it has arose.
Okay, so preventative, trying to be preventative.
Yeah, so it's for veterans and serving, tri-service as well. So Army, Air Force, Navy, and like Brucey said, it's about trying to give people the tools in their toolbox so they're better prepared for when these challenges arise. And yeah, it's like Paul Minter, the CEO and founder of the charity, launched the charity by running around the coast of the UK, and I sort of suggested it, and then you had a few beers with Brucey, and well, we all had a few beers with Paul, and I remember Brucey sort of come away from that, and he sort of messaged our group chat. He was like, "Yeah, well happy with Paul. Like, yeah, let's do it."
That's the one. That's an awesome thing to do it for. And just talking about your own challenges and all of that, you know, everyone struggles in some way, shape, or form, and they don't always have the community around them to support them. It's one of the things we're trying to do here with the Pinnacle Gym is create a space where people can come in, and we've often spoken about there's no mirrors, there's no nothing. This is a place to come and work out on a good day and a bad day. Ross made it very clear that he expects his clients in on a bad day as well. Like there is no excuse for not coming into the gym. These two told me off because I'm looking at you because this is going to sound so bad. I had a little hole in my arm, and I was like, I can't train. But now I remember the first time I met you, mate.
Yeah.
You had broken both your legs.
Yeah, no. So luckily didn't break any bones, but there are 4 major ligaments in your knee.
Yeah.
And I had full thickness injury to my PCL and MCL, and then my ACL was torn as well.
From falling out of an airplane, and a parachute did not open.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's funny because people go, I remember when I did my injury, people go, "Oh, at least you didn't break any bones."
At least you're alive.
And I was like, if I'd have broken like every bone in both my legs, I'll be back in 12 weeks rather than 18 months. Like, soft tissue damage is the worst thing.
That's the worst of anything. It bones actually heal quite well.
I did not know that. That's interesting. Okay, so your recovery was longer because of the soft tissue.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's more like ligaments and tendons. They have less blood supply. So yeah. tendons, not so much, and obviously, that it can take months and months and months to repair.
You know, it's if you follow like rugby, football,
Yeah.
it's a big one. You know, you hear it. Could have made it, but my ACL went.
Yeah.
They are career-ending
Yeah.
injuries.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Well, I mean, so you've done phenomenally.
Yeah.
It's as if you've never had an issue. Now you're doing a lot of training, and
Sorry, I'm laughing. Brucey, do you want to tell that story about when we're in the Bahamas?
what happened?
So by the time I don't know if you could go into the Bahamas story actually, because I think it's really good. But we were recovering this boat from the Bahamas that we later rowed back across the North Atlantic, and Jack's knee was maybe like 70-80% recovered.
Yeah, 12 months.
So he could
on the
still
go.
do shit, and then rowing was pretty good. But then we would say, "Oh, can you do something? Like, can you lift this in there?" And it's like, "Nah, sorry, mate, my knee's fucked." But then the excuse started to get used on things like
I think it was the umbrella.
yeah. We had like
Started to rain.
we had one umbrella. But I can't remember what happened. Someone needed it for something, and Jack's like, "Nah, sorry, my knee hurts."
So the boys were like mega
Oh
sound.
my God, Jack.
And obviously, I pushed the envelope. Started to rain. Bruce, oh mate, can I borrow the umbrella? Sorry, mate, can't. My knee. Nothing I can do, boys. And that's when they went. Hang on a minute.
Hang on a second. So how was it on the boat?
Yeah, it was fine.
Fine?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
so you've fully recovered now.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, it still aches from time to time, but
Yeah.
sat here, it's okay. It's just,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
And you're
just
back
something-
running.
Back running. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just something you gotta deal with.
Awesome. Did you
Yeah.
and Andy's itching, look,
Yeah.
watch.
I am itching. I was itching. I've actually been distracted the last 5 minutes.
Still got that, Raf.
I was looking. It's something. It's a presentation I did when I did my little challenges, and it'd be good to chat about this because it does. Yeah. Because it relates obviously to military and mental health as well, and I called it the post-elation response. Now, when you do something so big, and it's all about you, it's all about the challenge, because that's the whole point, isn't it? I remember when I did one of my challenges, one of the social people pulled out because they didn't actually want me to. They said, "You're going to get a lot of exposure for that. We're helping you." I was like, "Well, I can't do a challenge with a bag over my head." And the point being is, it's about you. You've got to do that. You raise a lot of money by doing that. What I'm getting at is, when you get back, you're up here, aren't you? And then there's you're running down the village. You're a fucking hero. And it's good to feel that way, and fucking justifiably right so. What happens when it's weeks afterwards? And I found when I did mine, I was quite depressed because you felt like I had a bit of sense of being doing that.
I think it's absolutely right, mate. I think I'm pretty good at measuring my response in a good and bad, not like measuring the highs and the lows and just cracking on at the sort of same baseline. But on the row, it's 56 days where I knew what we had to do, how to do it, and that I was going to do it. Then I get back, and then the real life just hits you in the fucking nuts. And it's like, how can you live when you don't even know what it is that you have to do?
Yeah. Yeah, I think one of the best things I ever done, actually, so this is going to get deep, this one, but I think one of the best things I ever done is I was trying to mentally get over something within my sport. And I went out and I was doing this. I was going to do a challenge. It all went a bit Pete Tong. But the point being is I got a sports psychologist, and he helped me, obviously, to produce the best I can, whatever I was doing at the time. The point being is, you think a sports psychologist is someone who helps you with your sport. Actually, it's got fuck all to do with your sport. It's trying to make sure home life, kids, you, work, previous traumas from the military, all that sort of stuff. And he pretty much fixed that in 4.5 years.
How do you manage that post-elation response?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say how you manage it. I think you do through experiencing it. It's a bit like resilience, isn't it? Everybody gobs off about, I can teach resilience. You can't teach resilience, in my opinion, unless you've been through it. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, no.
And if
Totally.
you've been through it, then you cope better. So the more challenges you do, as long as it doesn't break up the family and you're in a good place to do it, the more you will cope with doing it.
Andy, can I, sorry to interject.
No, go from it.
So I like what you said there, and moving your yardstick. So when you first join the military, basic training is the hardest thing you've probably ever done in your life for most people. And then, phase 2, and then for me, doing the commando course, and then you go on and do other courses, and then my first row is the hardest thing I've ever done. Then coming back from my injury, so you're so just to touch on that point, you're constantly moving that yardstick, and then when life throws these challenges at you, you're a bit like, well, I came back from that injury, rode across the Atlantic. I'll probably be all right because the car's broken down. I'll find a way to cope. So
it's building that
wall of evidence.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I think to your point, coming out of that elation, what did you call it? Elation.
Well, it's my word. Post-elation response.
Post-elation response.
That's
So coming,
good,
it is really good. I think if you want my opinion on it, is you've gone from having a purpose, a direction, and this is what we're doing. This is the mission. We're we're going to get across that line, and then you get across the line, and you're like, fuck, what now? And that's where you need to feel it, to your point, and be in it, but also then reassess and sort of realign, like, what's my purpose? Where do I want to go? Set out a couple of objectives for yourself. Maybe, over the next 6 months, these are the things I just want to do. And they don't have to be as glamorous and as high as rowing across the ocean, but it's just setting yourself tangible, measurable things that you can do that just get you. It's no one ever climbed a mountain in one go. They first bought the trainers, then they bought it's tiny little steps. So acknowledging the post-elation, a lot of people, when they do a big event, they'll book their next event within 48 hours because they're on the high. They're like, yeah. And then they're like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. But I think it's setting yourself day-to-day tasks maybe that go, right, actually over the next 3 months, 1 week, 2 weeks, whatever the time frame is, and just get to that, because then you get that sense of accomplishment. And I think that's what people like yourselves who are extreme athletes are driving for the whole time, is that accomplish, goal, win. You can do that in life as well. You can do that in day-to-day life. Coming here today could have been a win, and it's, what are you going to do tomorrow? That might be a win.
Oh, it definitely was, actually. Came into Pinnacle last night, obviously messaged Jack because I'm in the area. It's been a bit of dealt with a few things this week, and then just went and did a bit of interval training on the assault bike, and then surprised, feel fucking awesome today.
Yeah.
You going back to your question, I can't answer the question, how do you deal with it, because I'm not a professional. But one thing I would say, you can, you can.
Hookers and blow.
That is my usual.
Ross, we'll speak after the pod about that.
Yeah, we sort that right out.
Have you seen Gary Barlow? That sounds like my idea of a brilliant day.
Andy, can you cut that out, please?
Yeah, we need to cut that one. Be fine, that one.
Do we?
I don't know.
Sure.
What? I lost my complete train of thought then.
He's stuck on.
Yeah, I think you can't train it, but I think what we're getting at is, as long as what you go on to next is manageable and doable, and you've got a support network there to help you. I think from a military perspective, you've got to understand this, that people will shit on you. Life isn't perfect, and you just have to work on yourself. And your main priority, I'm talking about military, is to work on yourself and bring yourself into a good place and find things that you enjoy doing yourself. I remember way back, and I think we spoke on a previous pod, but it has relevance to it. I spent years and years getting pissed off with people that had more than me. And I stopped worrying about that now. And also, people will shit on you. They're going to do it every day. If they don't, great. And what I'm getting from here is, I would never be sat in this gym right now if it wasn't for someone shitting on me at the Sporter, now David Lloyd, or wherever it's called now. If they hadn't shat on me and pushed me out of a job that their best mate wanted them to have, I wouldn't have a gym right now.
Yeah. So
life's just going to push you, mate. It's just going to push you. Just follow it.
Yeah.
Just follow it, and you'll be in a good place.
No, I totally agree with that. So when I was in the military, obviously went on selection, got a stand-up fail at the end, gutted, bit of fan of, if that had gone the other way, I wouldn't be sat here now. I wouldn't have 2 ocean rows to my name. So yeah,
Yeah.
But it's obviously hard when you're in the moment
It's
to
hard
to,
when
to
you're
look
in the
to look
moment.
to
It
look
is
past
so
that and try
hard.
and think, well, but there's a famous saying, isn't there? There's, I'm going to butcher this now. So farmer, I think it's like a Chinese proverb, right? So anyway, farmer and his son breaks his leg, and everyone's like, oh, what a nightmare! He's broke his leg, can't help you with the harvest. And the father goes, oh, we'll see. Next day, war's declared. The army come in and say all able-bodied men over the age of 16 have got to join the military. Obviously, he doesn't have to join the military because he's broken his leg. So it's just about, letting things pan out and see how the land lies. Try not to get bogged down in the depths of despair when something bad happens.
Was it the same when going back to the rowing? Was it the same when you're on the boat? Was there anything that happened that was particularly oh shit moment or something broke?
I mean, objectively, we had a few incidents out there at sea, but I think between the four of us, they weren't showstoppers in the slightest. Like, I don't know, capsized, broke loads of kit, lost some kit. Some really frustrating days when the elements are against you, but not enough that you put the parachute anchor out, and you're just doing like 18 miles in one day, and that's probably the most frustrating.
What's your max mileage in a day?
Oh, funny you should mention that. Actually,
Oh.
we didn't get the world record with the one that I was hoping for, which was the fastest crossing of the North Atlantic. We got a more competitive world record though, which was the longest distance rowed from one point to another point in 24 hours, which we broke it twice. But the longest day we had was 144.5 nautical miles.
Wow.
Which is
Tide
obviously-
assisted?
Current assisted.
No. All us, no current whatsoever.
Yeah, because there's no current in there.
Yeah. It was the Gulf Stream.
The Gulf Stream, okay.
But that was down to us. A bit of cunning navigation and good seamanship kept us in the middle of that current, which made the most of what was there.
Nice. Were there any other targets that you guys had set yourselves?
Yeah. So we had, I think we had five objectives. So to break the 24-hour record, which we did twice. That was my best day for sure.
Yeah.
To remain friends, which we all are. Get across safely, which we did, because we're sat here now chatting about the podcast, and to raise £50,000 for charity, which we did. So the only objective we didn't get was the crossing record. But
Okay.
4 out of 5.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good work.
So does that mean there's unfinished business?
No. I am very happy.
Brucey?
I'm definitely going to do another ocean row.
You are?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, okay.
I reckon Jack's got another one in him as well. Just have to wait a year or so.
Wait for the hands to heal, then I'll be back into it.
Yeah.
You could start eating them like Brucey does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in the comments, shall I put it leave a comment if you think chewing your calluses is disgusting. Well, I know loads of rowers and everyone
I
chews
think
their
it's
calluses.
disgusting. I think it's disgusting. It's the same as chewing your toenails.
Who chews their
Yes,
How
it is.
can you chew them off or clip them off? If you clip them off and then eat them, that's disgusting. But if you bite your fingernails, fucking everyone does that as well.
Do they? Okay,
Yes.
so stick it.
Yeah, I bite my fingernails.
Stick that in the comments, please, for anyone who's listening. We'd love to know whether chewing your calluses off your hand is okay, according
Well,
to
I'm not
Brucey.
afraid. I'm just not afraid to admit it.
I think it's disgusting. Ross, you've been very quiet in the corner there. I'm wondering what pearls of wisdom you'd like to share.
Myself. Pearls of wisdom.
Yeah.
Not as many as
Have
these
you got
two.
anything to ask the boys? What have you been mulling over?
My thing was more like from a nutrition standpoint. What sort of how do you sort of pace your meals? What are the meals like? What does that kind of entail and consist of?
Who was the
sort
chef?
of on a daily basis? Yeah, who was the chef? And do you actually catch anything and eat it along the way?
Oh, we gave it a go.
Yeah, we gave it a go, but I used a hand line, and the boys were like, "You are never going to catch anything," and I didn't catch anything. But no, so it's all freeze-dried rations and then snacks. So I've got 3 1,000 calorie meals a day. So they could be, normally a porridge, granola, etc. in the morning. Then it'll be a shepherd's pie, cottage pie, chicken, rice and veg, chili, chicken korma. Not too bad. And then you'll have snacks on top of that. We got the nutrition. We probably had a little bit too much this time. I didn't really lose. Probably lost like 4 kilos.
Oh wow, that's not much.
So yeah, it's a lot of we have a high calorie nut butter, which is just an almond butter flavored with chocolate, and then So you do that's 1,600 calories just in one thing, and then you have your nice snacks on top.
How many are you having to do a day? How many calories do you sort of after a day, roughly?
Yeah.
We did 6,000 a day,
Wow.
which is a lot, and we timed it as twice. I've done this now. I've eaten the last main meal on the boat inside the finish line.
Wow. Okay. So
That's perfect.
So it's all worked out per day. How much weight? Do you do it by weight, or do you just do?
So we worked out we had a big nut butter and a small nut butter, but just the big
It's all
ones.
about the nut butter, did you say?
284 grams each times 4 times 60. So we had about 80 kilograms, I think 80 something kilograms of just in nut butter on the boat.
Wow. Now, interesting. Okay, question. This is a more technical question. Did you do your fastest row in 20 or furthest row in 24 hours? Beginning of the crossing or the end of the crossing?
Yeah,
Third of the way
about
across.
2 weeks in, I think.
Okay. I
11
was just
days
wondering
in.
whether the weight of the food on the boat might have influenced.
Yeah, go on.
The weight, the displacement of the boat makes a huge
Yes.
difference. But we set off and we went quite far south actually, just to get into the Gulf Stream sooner rather than later, which lasts about the first 50% of the crossing, then it sort of dies off a bit. But yeah, we made good use of that.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Now listen, guys, this has been a fantastic conversation. Ross, I don't know if you've got any. I've got a quick fire round I've got for them.
Oh, here we
Surprise,
go.
surprise.
Kept that.
No,
quiet.
no, for you two.
Right.
Although you could.
No one wants to hear about that finger again.
Yeah.
We need to
I'm
get
not
Ross's.
surprised.
We need to get Ross's own mic. Okay, that's on
Yeah.
that's on our list of things to do. So, quick fire round: storms or flat calm?
Storms, yeah.
Really, both of you?
Yeah, because you go faster.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. Sunrise rows or nighttime rows?
Sunrise.
Or nighttime rows.
Okay, why?
You've done the night, it's lovely, and then the sun coming up warms you up. It's just a nice positive moment for me.
I like the sunrise, but I like rowing at night, especially when it's calm. It's just so peaceful.
Yeah. You must have seen amazing stars, and you should have seen Starlink a couple of times going across.
Yeah, we did
Yeah, we
actually.
saw
Yeah,
some
loads.
amazing sights at night.
Yeah. Right. Music podcasts or just the sound of the ocean?
Silence.
So our waterproof speaker broke on day 6.
Oh,
So
no.
we did the whole row pretty much in silence.
Nice. Okay. What's the one item you couldn't live without on the boat?
Food.
The boat. Okay, the boat
Drinking
aside.
water.
Seat covers, I'll go.
Seat covers.
Just like little treats.
Okay.
Like every day some days we'd have like a little treat, like some beef jerky or something that we didn't usually have.
Okay.
The squashies were good.
Yeah.
You know, the little
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Swizzles make.
Yeah.
And then also love corn as well. They were probably our 2 favourite snacks.
Oh, there you go. So
Love corn, yeah. Mate.
love corn.
Wait,
Right.
Ross has the exact same reaction as Brucey, Nutty, and Adam. And they were like, love corn. They were like, these would be rubbish. But
Did Nutty get his nickname after he ate the corn? Is that how he got it? Or?
No, you don't want to know why Nutty's got
No,
that
I'm
nickname.
sure I don't.
I've known you might probably do actually.
Okay, last question. One word to sum up your Atlantic crossing.
Powerful.
fantastic.
Powerful and fantastic. Thank you. You've been listening
Oh, my
to the
word was
Pinnacle.
crap.
You've not. Oh,
Yours was so good.
Rewrite. Do you want
that out?
right, okay. One word to sum up your Atlantic crossing.
Endure.
Endure and powerful.
Yeah.
You've been listening to the Pinnacle podcast with Andy, Tiff, and Ross. We've been joined today by Brucey and Jack, who have just completed the most astonishing row across the Atlantic Ocean and shared some of your amazing stories. Thank you, guys. It's really been a pleasure to have you on. Please come back again. We touched on a few really awesome topics, but yeah, great stories. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much for having us.
Likewise.